Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a makeup tutorial. It's a little bit of a talk through which I'm really excited to share with you guys. So I haven't actually done a makeup tutorial in like the longest time. So this is the look I came up with. It's just like a really nice fall inspired makeup tutorial. It's also something to go with my hair or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. But as always, before we get into the video, quick shout out to those who stopped by my channel for the first time. I hope you like what you see, and if you do, don't forget to like, comment and hit the subscribe button down below. And again, really quickly, if you do like the look of this hair, if you like the look of this wig or whatever, it's a really cheap 100% synthetic, more than affordable wig from AliExpress. I do have a review of this wig on my channel. It is a couple videos back, but I will also leave a link in the description box below to the video. It was curly in the thumbnail, but I did straighten it, and it also is actually supposed to be a side part wig, but I'm wearing it on the middle part, which is why it might look a little bit wonky or whatever. But if you do like the look of this wig, please do feel free to check out my wig review. Also, you are gonna notice like a kind of dramatic change in the lighting of this video. Obviously it is winter, so it does get dark quite quickly. I started filming around like till it's like 4 o'clock now. It's almost 4 o'clock, so the sunlight has kind of gone. So at the moment I'm filming with my ring light, which is why it looks a little bit well, not, it looks good, but it's somewhat less natural compared to with my like just filming with like normal light. So yeah, when you see me, you know, in that lighting, you might be like, oh bitch, catfish, but no, it's just the lighting really. Maybe I am a catfish, so what, I don't know, it's whatever. But yeah, let's get into this tutorial, guys. Bye. I left my makeup in Birmingham at my friend's, and I have yet to get it back, and it's been like, what, 2 weeks now? So I've been struggling to use this like empty foundation, so that's what I'm going to use today. There's literally like nothing left, so Lord knows if we can even get through this tutorial. Like, okay, oh, okay, yeah, it's coming out, love that. The shade might not be great, but it's really all I have. I like to blend out my foundation with a foundation brush as opposed to like a beauty blender or something, just because I sometimes feel like beauty blenders soak up the product. I'm like, no, I don't want that, so I like to use a brush. And like I said, if the shade is off, this is really the only foundation I have, so apologies, but in the end it will like hopefully pull together. So to conceal, I'm going to be using the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealers in the shade C13 as my initial highlight, and then C12 to really brighten it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and attempt to dig out some product, because I also left my concealer in Birmingham. So I'm going to try and dig up some of this old concealer. Yeah. The thing with concealers that don't like squeeze or pump is that you think the product is finished, but there's low-key still so much product at the bottom, and it's such a shame to waste it, you know. So yeah, but as you can see, there's still low-key loads of stuff in there, even though it's low-key finished. But as you can see, it's kind of dry, so hopefully I will be able to actually blend this out. So I'm just applying the concealer in the usual places to start off with. So I'm also blending my concealer with a brush. You can probably see why I say that this is my C13 is my initial highlight colour, because it kind of just, it more like colour corrects. It just removes a little bit of the darkness. It doesn't really highlight. So some people would stop here, but me, you know, I take it a step further. I'm gonna go in with C12, which is maybe a shade or two lighter. I'm sorry if I keep looking down, guys. I'm filming from a different angle today, so I'm not really too used to it, so I do keep kind of looking down in the mirror just to make sure everything is blended. But that is my concealer and foundation done. As you can see, I switched between my foundation brush and concealer brush just to make sure everything is blended. You want there to be a smooth transition from your concealer to your foundation, from your foundation to your concealer. So that is that. I don't like reverse contour, I don't highlight here. I sometimes do it with powder, but I don't like to do it with concealer just because I feel like there's really no point. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my face. So to set my face to bake, I use the Revolution powder, the banana powder and the terracotta powder. As I was saying, I used the Revolution banana powder and terracotta powder. I just use a mix of that. I kind of just do it by eye, and I make a mix of that in an old powder bin, and this is what I use to set my face. I like to set my face with a beauty blender. I used to use a brush, but I feel that when you use a beauty blender, it really helps the powder to melt into your face, especially when the beauty blender is nice and wet. So I've already wet this, but I'm going to go ahead and add some extra spray. Any spray will do. I think like a Mario Badescu spray, like that kind of spray will do really good. But I'm just going to use my setting spray just because I don't have any Mario Badescu or whatever at the moment. So I need to like order some stuff. But yes, I like my sponge to be really nice and wet so that the product really melts into your skin. And as always, before you set, make sure that you blend out your under eye so that there aren't any creases. I might have to turn to the side because like I said, my setup is totally different. So yeah, and I want them to come out like nice. It's a little bit hard because of my nails. You really want to go ahead and set your brows. Because I like to do base before brows and eyeshadow and all of that, you really want to soak up any like moisture and oil that's on your brows. And I know, wow, I look immense, I didn't even notice. But you really want to soak that up so that when you go in with your whatever brow product you use, I like to use pencil, it glides on really well. If your skin is still oily and still kind of wet from your foundation and your concealer, you will find it very hard to go in with whatever brow product you use. So make sure you put a lot of powder over your brows, dust it away and start working that in. You don't even have to dust it away, you can literally press it in so that the powder is there. But yeah. So I'm just going to leave this to bake or whatever, and then I will do my brows, but I will most likely do my brows off camera because that takes a minute. I had to quickly change my filming position because the sun is, you know, it's winter, the sun is going to set and the light is moving a bit mad. I'm using my ring light, but it's still daytime, so you probably can't. Anyway, I'm just chatting bears. So as you can see, I've done my brows off camera. They're not great, they're not the shape I usually do them, they're a little bit thicker than I usually do them, but they're actually not too bad. And I've also dusted away that makeup. And I set my powder, I set my face with powder. I forgot to do that after I baked, but I'd already moved on to my brows. The powder I use is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the shade N9 Mahogany. So that's what I use. And I also set my face, just my initial set with the Obsession Matte Fixing Spray, just so that we can move on to the eyeshadow and everything will be in place. So as you can see, I do have lash extensions on, so I do always struggle to do eyeshadow when I have lash extensions, and I don't think I'm gonna wear lashes as well. There's no need to bother myself with such. Let's jump into eyeshadow. So to prime my lids, I'm going to be using C12, which is what I use for to clean up my brows, and also for that brighter under eye highlight and whatnot. So I'm just gonna pop that on. And I'm just going to leave it to get a little bit tacky, and then I'm going to blend it out. I think I'm going to be working with a wet base today so that the shadows can really come out. And then really quickly, the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is the Revolution and CARMI collab Kiss of Fire palette. Really gorgeous palette. Loads of lovely mattes. Well, loads, it's 4 mattes. And some shimmers and 2 really nice highlight shades. My palette is... I dropped it on the floor and the 2 big pans broke and it was really stressful for me. And yeah, but we're going to be working with the red, orange and the yellow today, I think. Lovely, that looks good. I'm going to go in with the orange colour, and this is going to be my transition shade. So again, working with a wet base, so you want to make sure that you blend everything out before you start applying the colour. And I'm just pressing that in. I'm not moving anything around, you're just pressing it in to start off with. I hope this is in focus. I don't think it is. It isn't that tight, but whatever. Lovely. My transition, I'm actually going to go in with this really nice yellow. I'm not sure if it will show up. It's showing up a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. Just gonna place that directly above the orange and then blend the two colours together. It's really nice. And then I'm gonna go back in with the orange. It would be really cute to do a cut crease, but I know I'm gonna fuck it up, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna, excuse my language. Yeah. So I'm gonna go in with the reds on my outer corner just to start off with, and then I'll see what I want to do. I could even leave it like this. It's kind of cute now. I don't know if I want to put like a shimmer or. I think I might leave it like this. It's kind of nice. You know, it's just different, you know. I'm just gonna blend that red a little bit more onto my lid, but then leave that kind of flesh colour, which is my concealer, there. But I am gonna set it because it's actually still wet, so I'm just gonna have to dip into another palette quickly. I'm gonna go into my. This is another Obsession product, Obsession Warm Up palette, and I'm going to take the colour Crave, which is like a nice brown, and put that on my inner part of my lids. So we're kind of going for like a faux cut crease look, which is cute, no? I like that, that's nice. That's good. And then black in a little bit with the red. And then with the orange. And then again with the yellow. So for my below my waterline, I'm just going to go in with red just to keep it nice and simple. I'm just going to start pressing that underneath basically. I may have to look down to do this. And that is that. I think that is it for the eyeshadow, guys. I really like it. For my tear duct, I'm gonna go ahead and use the big gold pan in the palette. That's really nice. That's so bright. Lined in. I'm also gonna use that to highlight my brow bone. It's a very strong colour, so hopefully it won't be too concentrated. Yeah. Sheets. That is, oh bitch, wow, lined in. Yeah, that is really nice. So to finish off the rest of my face, I'm going to be moving back into the Obsession London Warm Up palette. I like to use these as face products, even though they're like eyeshadows. So I like to use this one to bronze and this one to contour. So this is called Flex. It's very used, as you can see, and this one is called Twist. So I like to bronze with just my powder brush, so I'm just going to pick that up and I'm going to start bronzing basically. It's a really nice, really warm colour. Oh, sorry guys. Tap it, and yeah, just using that to bronze. Getting that double chin out of the way, sis, you know what I mean? Contour, I again use the same fluffy brush. I'm not too fussed about things like that. And this colour is very dark, so yeah. Sometimes I overdo it, but I still managed to blend it out. It doesn't matter anyway because my hair is going to be down, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and add some powder below my contour. I'm going to leave that to bake whilst I do other things. So I'm going to highlight using my Dipping Into Another palette. I'm going to use my Revolution Golden Sugar 2 palette. This is actually a blush palette, but like it's just full of highlighters in my opinion, really. So I'm going to take this nice bronzy shade, and this is going to be my initial highlight colour. I will blend this out. I do always like to blend out my highlighter. You know, some people just highlight and they just put a streak, and it's like, you need to blend that out. There needs to always be a smooth transition between any product on your face. So for me, it'll be a smooth transition between my like bronzer and my contour. You don't want them to just be sitting on top of each other like how it is now. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out, highlight my forehead. Ooh. But yeah, it's okay that it's messy because, like I said, I'm gonna blend it out. Oh, I feel like so close to my brow. Going back in to blend. And you see how that leaves a line, but you don't want to leave that line there. You want to, as I kept saying, have a smooth transition. So just kind of start to buff over the line. Oh, sorry about that, by the way, guys. There's glue all up on my face, so you can probably see where the makeup was kind of tapped onto it. But yeah, I probably should have cleaned that off before I started. Just buffing it together as such. And I think that is it for our face, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set with my Obsession London Matte Fix Spray. Just to melt everything together. Sudsy. Oh god, this is still recording. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Okay, so this is this is from Primark. It's Lip LAQUER liquid lipstick, and it's £2, and it is in the colour Obsession, I think. I don't know if they sell this anymore, but it's actually really nice, and it's like £2. So yeah. As you can see, I popped the white eyeliner in my waterline, and it basically just went pink, but it's still really cute. So to finish up this look, for my lip, I'm gonna go in with this pink sheer lip gloss. This is literally from Poundland. Yeah, and I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna apply this with a lip brush. And that is it, guys. The lip gloss is really thick, but it does really add to the look. So yeah, let me switch tops real quick.